What's up, guys? We're spending a week with a big angry mopar, the Durango SRT. It is quite large, it is red, it has racing stripes, and a 6.4 liter Hemi V8. About to go run some errands, drop off some, go return some cans at Costco, and then go to the gym. But first, cold start. Those 4-inch chrome exhaust tips on either side. Pop the trunk. Before we get going, let's take a look at the window sticker. Base price of 63 grand. This one is option up to almost 80, 78,235. Couple major options. Your technology group, that includes your adaptive cruise control, that all like the driver assistant features. We've got the rear entertainment, so we've got DVD players in the back right here. What else? We have premium interior group, so that's like the nice headliner. We've got nice seats, and then upgraded sound system, tow package. So almost 80 grand. It does have 475 horsepower and 470 pound-feet of torque. And then just listen to it idling. That's worth a couple dollars right there. The Durango SRT is one of the most powerful and fastest 3-row vehicles you can buy. I believe the only one that's going to be more powerful and faster is the GLS 63 AMG, and that thing has a base price of well over 100 grand, so it's probably twice the price of something like this. Really like the Mopar formula. Take the big 6.4 Hemi V8 and just put it in all sorts of vehicles. They've been doing that with the Hellcat motor. No idea if they'll do a Hellcat one of these, but 475 is plenty, and this thing sounds really good. As part of the SRT, you get, look at the red seat belts, these SRT embroidered on the seat back. This is nice suede with leather on the sides. And then we have an SRT button here. I'm gonna really have to get in depth with some of the stuff in the Uconnect. Like, first off, launch control. This thing has launch control. I've tried it many times and it's hilariously awesome. Got the big SRT right in the middle. Let's get going. First stop, Costco. Costco trip done. Let's start her up. Let's talk some first impressions on the interior. There are definitely some very nice touches. As I've mentioned before, Uconnect, this is the upgraded screen size. Really like that. Got some carbon look-like trim there. Not sure if that's entirely, I'm not sure if it's real carbon. It's also on the doors, it looks nice there. Mentioned the suede. So we've got this SRT button and then the launch button. I will try my best to demonstrate that later. But some physical buttons. Uconnect is very nice. We've got heated seats, ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, which, as with all the other Chrysler family products I've been in, gets very warm. The heated steering wheel is probably 2 to 3 times as strong as the one in my RS7. Another thing that this does better than a vehicle like my RS7, these paddle shifters are metal. They're cold right now. It's cold to the touch. They feel very nice, except one interesting thing I noticed. So you've got the buttons on the back of the wheel right here to control things like volume for the radio, and they're perfect because when your hand is right at the 9 and 3 position when driving, they're right at your fingertips. But when you want to go change gears, it's a sporty vehicle, it's got paddle shifters, it's got a freaking launch mode. You can't, it's like above, so you have to move your hand to reach the paddle shifter. So the positioning of that felt a little strange. So when I'm just holding it here, you kind of go up a little. I started doing this to kind of get to the paddle shifter, but it doesn't extend down. That's a random little quirk, I guess you could call it, because of the buttons right here. But I really do like the button controls on the back of the steering wheel in vehicles like this. We have the upgraded Harman Kardon sound system, which is pretty good. Transmission shifter here, a good amount of storage. You got 2 cup holders, little tray thing here. This is pretty decent size. I've got a sunglasses case there. What is kind of sadly, pathetically small, you open up this console bin. Look at that. That's a cell phone and then the case for this Canon G7X, and that's it. It's because of this Blu-ray player, because it has the rear seat entertainment, but this is tiny. Look at that. You can't really put much in there, so it gets eaten up, and there's no like secondary deeper thing that opens. There's no top thing here. This is the entire center console. Again, yeah, the Blu-ray player, disc reader definitely eats up some space, but this is kind of sadly small in a vehicle of this size. We have 12-volt power up here, and then we have 2 USBs, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and then we actually have an aux port In a time when many cell phones don't even have 3.5mm headphone jacks, this still has an aux port, which is definitely nice. Parking sensor control here, lane keep assist. Again, this is equipped with the technology, so we have adaptive cruise control buttons here. We've got on the other side, controlling the center menus on the center screen. You see it going up and down through different things. And then phone, it's got a little person, the voice thing. I'm assuming VR stands for voice recognition or something, but to me VR usually is virtual reality, so interesting use of that acronym. The gas door buttons here, lights, standard window switch stuff, memory seats. What I haven't found yet is the trunk release, the hatch in the back. I can't find the button. And I've been searching, because obviously you can open it in the back and the key fob, but there should be a button up here, and I don't know if I'm just impaired, but I can't find it. It's nowhere along this here. Stop start button, red because sporty. It's not here. So maybe I'll look it up later, but I can't seem to find it. Anyways, I'll play around with Uconnect later and show you guys some of the features. The performance pages and things are really cool. It has like a virtual dyno thing on the car, and maybe I'll do that next. But for now, I need to head to the gym and go burn some calories. Well, I found the liftgate release button. Everybody who owns a Durango is probably just screaming at their computers. All I had to do was look up. It's right there in the middle. Alongside, we got the sunglasses holder here. This premium suede headliner looks really nice and also feels very nice. Definitely, this part of the vehicle fits that $78,000 price tag. Done at the gym, heading home. I've got Android Auto running on the center screen. This thing gets quite abysmal fuel economy. You can see it's averaging 11.4. Most of a tank of gas, 250 miles of range. I think it's rated at, let's see, 13 city, 19 highway, and 15 combined. Now, that's not brilliant, but it is a 5,500 pound, 3-row SUV with a naturally aspirated 6.4 liter V8 that makes 475 horsepower. So it's never going to be efficient, and it has the aerodynamic properties of a small barn. But I mean, it sounds good. That V8 sounds quite good. I was flipping through the dials. This thing has a 0 to 60 timer built in. Recently 6.7, the last one was 8.5 because I was just kind of merging. The best this car has done is a 4.4. I don't think that was me. I don't think I've done a launch control all the way to 60 yet, but that's pretty cool. I was taking some pictures and this lighting looks really nice. It's nice and sunny, the sun's setting. It's supposed to have cloudy days and some rain coming up and snow, so might be one of the last days I have this car when it's sunny out. Check out the Brembo's. Got Brembo big red calipers on all 4 wheels. 295 tires, 20-inch wheels. Got the 392 with displacement, 6.4 liters. And I've got the 3 hood vents that are functional, I think. You can see through them. Yeah, they're functional. Really aggressive front end. This one has the racing stripes on this red paint. I gotta check what the paint name is. A little bit dirty because Michigan winters aren't friendly. Around back, it looks relatively similar to all the other Durangos. You've got obviously the big SRT badge right there, the big exhaust tips, 4-wheel drive, and then the stripes. But it's the front end that's the most aggressive part. Listen, I think idling. All right, it's cold out. Oh, it's like 27 degrees. Let's get home. We just finished filming the review with the Durango SRT. I've got Colin and Preston here. We're trialing the 3rd row space. I was actually kind of impressed in the back. It's in the full video. Colin was like, he'll never have an issue with 3rd row seats because he is 3rd row sized. You pull it there, and you pull that, and then you get in the back. Oh, that's loud. What else should we still film? We've showed the screens. We've got remote control there, headphones. What do you think, Preston? You like it?
I want one.
You like everything we drive. Everything!
Anything that has big power and big motor.
Colin, you haven't driven it yet. You'll drive it and then let us know your opinion. So this has launch control. You've never driven a Dodge product?
I just like this.
This is a good introduction.
Everything is turbocharged nowadays. This is just cool. This is old school.
This is
old school muscle.
No replacement for displacement.
Right.
6.4 freaking liters of angriness. The rear trunk, when you have the 3rd row up, is not huge. So that's just the Pelican 1510, a couple bags of detailing supplies, my folded up tripod, slider bag, and but it's good. We have no power seat dropping down or anything, so you actually manually have to pull this. Oh, I can't do it one-handed. Pull that, and then it goes down. Same with this. Goes down. Also, we talk about this in the review, but the paint is something like, what is it called again? Like 2-stage level Redline 2 pearl metallic exterior. It's a very uninspiring paint color. Got the 392 badges around front. We should get an exhaust clip too for the review.
Yeah. Steering wheel is nice.
Steering wheel is nice and beefy. Yeah, very thick, and it's got well-weighted steering. It's heavy. Yeah. It's got pretty good weight. Right. It's adjustable when you go through your different drive modes.
I think it hides its weight pretty well too. I found it on the way here.
I still think it feels like a giant truck.
Yeah.
I don't think.
I'm just used to a 6,000 pound.
That's true. Yeah. He drives a Raptor every single day, so he's like, oh, this is so narrow. Yeah, we went through a drive-through, and it's like, oh my god, this is so easy. All right, let's show you guys some of the features of Uconnect through the performance pages. We have launch control, currently set at 2,000 RPM, minimum of 1,500, max of 3,500. RPM is awesome. There's even like a shift light indicator. We have the drive modes, auto, custom, sport, track, snow, and tow. This thing will tow, I think, 8,700 pounds, which I think is class leading. But you can change your transmission, paddle shifter, stability control, all-wheel drive, suspension, and steering responses. It has adaptive damping, so you can increase the stiffness of things like that. Again, rear wheel biased all-wheel drive. I think you can send up to 70% of the power to the rear wheels in all-wheel drive, which is probably a heck of a lot better than most front-wheel drive based family vehicles. We also have, we go back, wait, shoot, I closed out of it, SRT. We've got performance pages. This, once it loads, takes a little bit of time. We still have physical buttons here too. The fact that there's a launch control button makes me so happy. You just hit it and traction goes off and it goes time to launch. So we've got, let's see, if we go home, it'll show you how much power, your gear, speed, but we've got timers. So this vehicle, it's got recent 0 to, it'll do, this is quarter mile and 1/8 mile trap speed. It's got gauges for temperatures and pressures. We have a G-force meter. It'll record peak G-forces. So somebody pulled 1.2 G's to the rear. Oh, that, wait, what? 0.8 lateral left. Engine. And then this dyno one's cool. So we're just sitting here in park. If I give it a little blip, look, the torque, it said it went up to 300 pound-feet of torque. That's pretty cool. When you're driving, you can see that. Also, your RPM, and it'll tell you what gear it was in, I think. So yeah, these are a bunch of cool little things that the SRT dashboard provides in the Durango SRT. Here's our practicality test, putting a bunch of camera gear in the back of a Durango. We've got 4 Pelican cases, seats, what, 2.5 seats folded down, or 3 seats folded down. And yeah, it's got plenty of space once you put the seats down. But when the seats are up, like I was showing earlier, it's pretty much just here to the top, which is not that great. One more cold start. Final comments with the Durango SRT, wrapping up my week with it. The remote start range with the fob, I guess the fob range, is actually really impressive. Numerous times I'm either leaving a restaurant or walking out to the car and I'm around a corner really far away. I'm like, let me try remote start the truck. And I get to it and it's running. The range is frankly really impressive. What's not impressive is the fuel range. I filled it up completely yesterday. It took, I think, over 20 gallons, and it showed me like 330 miles to empty. I have been averaging somewhere around 12 mpg. That's with a little highway stint for about 120 miles yesterday. That helped raise it above the 11 mpg. I'll admit, it's a 475 horsepower, 6.4 Hemi V8, so I've been a little bit of a child and it sounds really good, which contributes partially to the poor fuel economy. And also, I did notice when you have the fuel economy map raised in the middle screen, it will show 4-cylinder. which I'm assuming means it has cylinder deactivation and is running in 4-cylinder mode on the freeway on low load situations. Overall, really enjoyed living with the Durango SRT. It's practical. I can see it being a great, fun family vehicle with a big old V8. Make sure you guys check out the full review where I talk a little more in depth about some other features and evaluate it as I drive it. Also did a head-to-head comparison, comparing it to the Ford Explorer ST, another more sportily tuned full-sized SUV. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.